This is the help video for Access Chapter 11 Training Project, and we're beginning in step number 13. So our last movie, we walked through creating the main form. So now we're going to continue to work on items that will help pull this whole system together. So we're going to open the form customer in design view. So let's find form customer design. Select all of the form controls in the detail section and drag them down so the top text box is at the 0.5. Okay, so right about here. So remember, I just go and I outside, I drag and I select. I have all my objects have orange box around them, and because I want to kind of keep them in relational shape, like in the same relation to each other. I don't want to get anything out of like skew it off of a column or off of a row. I'm going to use my down arrow key and just move it down. That way I don't run the risk of breaking anything apart. And there's about a half. So one of the ways that I could double check that is to click off and then just click on one of these objects, and over here on the property sheet just validate that it's a 0.5, which it is, so that's good. So we have that done. Add a button form control to the top left corner of the detail section. Assign the find record action to the button. Okay, so I'm going to close that out so we can get some space. So we need to go to design and then our controls, and we know, I'm going to click off of that. We know we want it in the detail section. We're going to put it about right here. We know we have to go to controls, and then we have to find the control we're working with. So that is our button. I'm going to come in here and top left corner. That's good. I'm going to click. It's going to bring my wizard up. I want to do the find record. So I'm going to do record. Let's see. We want to do record navigation. So find record. Next. The text is going to be find customer. And we're going to name this button CMD Find Customer. Finish. So we have that done. So let me show you what this does. So I'm going to save this and I'm going to come over here. So let's just say I'm sitting on last name. I'm going to click on this Find Customer button we just put in there, and it's going to let me put in, I don't know, and try and find it. There was not one there. I should have paid attention to a name. So this allows you to, I'm sitting here, so now I'm going to put in a customer ID, right? So kind of cool. All right. So let's see, add a button form control to the right of the Find Customer. Assign the Add New Record action to the button. Okay, so we're going to go to control. I'm going to click off of that so I don't have any orange selected. Button, click, Add New Record. So record operations, add new record. Next, the text is going to be add new customer. Next, and CMD add new customer. Now they're not lined up, but we're good. All right, so we're gonna close that. Hey, add a third button to the right. Assign the go to previous record. Okay, we can do that. So we'll just click, control, button, click, record operations, no, navigation, sorry. Go to, which one is this? Previous record, next. Click, and instead of previous record, we're going to say previous customer. Sometimes people don't know what records are. It's a friendlier way. CMD, previous customer, finish. We're done with 15. 16. Add a form. Go to next record. Okay, we can do that. I'm going to scoot this one over a little bit. So I can have, actually I'm going to take both of these and just scoot them over. Give myself some room here. Control, button, click, record navigation. This is go to next record. We're going to say next customer. Name it CMD next customer. So now we have our 4 buttons on this customer form. We just want to make sure they are all look pretty good. So I am going to select the 4 buttons, and I'm going to go to arrange, and I'm going to start off by sizing them to the widest to the tallest. Then I'm going to align to top. Why do I have? I'll bring this one over here. All right, let's select those again, and we're going to space them equally. They're still too tight, so I'm going to say increase horizontal, maybe twice. It's opening up my form, but that's okay. Not too bad. I could select all of these and just use my left arrow and shift them over. So you have to decide, do you want this lined up here or lined up down there? And I want it lined up there. So I'll just do that. Click off of it. Not too bad. All right. We're going to save and close the form. So we're going to save it and close the form. Let's go ahead and open up our form main menu in Design View. And we're going to add a button, since we're putting buttons in here, that under this title, remember I said we were going to put like an exit path. So we're going to put a button that says Quit Application and change it to Exit Database. All right, so this is what we're going to do, Quit Application. So we're going to start, here's where we want it. We're going to go Design, Control, Button. We're going to drop the button right here. And then we're going to go down to Application. There's only one action you can do, and that's Quit. Next. And we're going to say Exit Database. So this isn't closing a form or a report. This is actually getting out of the system. So we're going to click Next, CMD, Exit Database, Finish, and we're going to save and close. So we have 2 things more to do, but they're important. The first one, and we've done this before, is to set the navigation button and the record selector to no in that new form that we created, that form customer. So we're going to go into Design, and we're going to open up our property sheet, and so I'm going to go to Data, and let's see, what do we want? Navigation buttons. I'm going to go to All. Let's see. Okay, I went over to format because there was way too many look through. So right here, navigate, it's almost dead center in the format tab. Navigation buttons, no. And record selector, so they're right next to each other, right on top of one another. Record selector, no. I'm going to close that up, save that, close that. That way you're controlling the access of moving through the records by your buttons. So if we take a look at this main menu, right, and I'm on customer here, add new customer. See, there's no controls here. Previous customer, next customer. I almost would put a first and last, but okay, so that's cool. So that works. But what I wanted to show you is you don't have the buttons at the bottom anymore. Okay, so the very last thing we have to do is to work with the startup options of the system. So I went to File, sorry, I had a little coughing fit there, File, Options, and then we want to go to Current Database. So in the current database, we want our application title to be Turquoise Oasis Spa. And then the display form, which would be the form when you come into the system that you want to display. When you have none, it goes into the system, like where you can see everything. But we want to control that and say, when someone enters this Turquoise Oasis Spa system, we want to pull up the form main menu. And then the other thing that we want to make sure, this compact on close, and then navigation, so we should have a check mark in compact on close, and then where it says navigation display navigation pane, we would want to take that away. So I'm going to go ahead and do OK. I need to close this. I'm going to close out of this, and then I'm going to open it back up. And look, it takes me directly into this main menu. I no longer can get to behind the scenes. I have to move through the system with what's provided to me. Okay? So I'm going to do that. And then I want to show you just real quick here. Let's say, okay, but now I want to get into that system because I have work that I need to do on it. I'm the designer. So when you go to open the system, if you press and hold your shift key, it should open the system in design view. For some reason my system's not working here. So now you can work on the back of it. It's not like you can't ever get to it. So using your shift key to hold when you go to double click on the file will take you into the developer mode. I did want to show you one more thing on here, and that's right here. Do you see up on the menu? That's where that title is that we put in there. Okay, I think this is done. We can turn this in, and thank you.